Hi everybody, and welcome back to Kleinhau. It is, well, you guessed it, time to make more hay. Seems like that's all we've been doing as of late. But, well, what else are you going to do when the sun's shining and it's great weather? Than to make some hay. How is everybody doing tonight? Get to know what it looks like on your all's end. Data, excellent condition, no data. What is going on? YouTube, you are messing up, buddy. Pumping out a steady 18 megabit. No dropped frames. Now you seem to be happy. Any rate, let me know, guys, how is the quality of the stream? But we have fast forwarded a few days since we were last together, which I think was maybe Sunday. It is now early summer, and we are across the street over at the gardening farm, cutting some grass. Hey Andrew, what's up? We've got a couple good days of weather. Nice sunny drying weather, so I'm going to try to take advantage of it. Cut the rest of the grass that we have that's not cut. I believe this is part of the land that we own. Yep, all the way up to the tree line and then down. All the way back to those trees. A lot has happened since we were last together. I was going to stream on Tuesday, but man, by the time I got done that one map video and got done the new and noteworthy video, it was nearly 8 o'clock, and I was like, no, I've been working on this for a couple hours now. I'm gonna take the night off. Last night was Shellyton Valley, and man, that thing took forever. Record, edit, get uploaded, and out to everybody. I was a bit happy today when I saw the mod drop. The map that we did today was pretty easy, pretty quick map. Actually able to get that hammered out over my lunch break. And the new and noteworthy mod that I was going to do today, well, it got pulled from Mod Hub. So, well, there goes that. Can't do a new and noteworthy video on a mod that doesn't exist anymore. See through those the tree line over there, out to the street. Across the road, grass that I cut earlier. Nobody wants to talk tonight, huh? Look down through the trees at the river or the creek running down through there. Just had a chance to check out Shellington Valley. What are your all's thoughts? Apparently the word that I'm getting is it was not so well received by the Oxygen David faithful over on his Discord. It's a little shocking to have heard. Apparently there was some fairly hateful people over there. Seemed to think that they were maybe entitled to something different. Let's pull up the little mini map and get the coordinates locked in here. It's gonna go. Gonna turn off, snap to terrain angle. I'm just gonna follow this tree line. This will be our guidance steering line. Hey David, what's up? Alfredo Farms and Paul, how y'all doing tonight? There we go. There we go. We got a 3-day weekend coming up. Not for work though. I got to work Monday. Probably be working from home because the kids don't have school. Oh, the side panel's working out good. I had another case today where the computer didn't recognize it after it was coming back from a sleep or hibernate or something. I don't know what's going on. It's not configured to hibernate. It's configured to always stay on, yet it does. Come in here, the power light's blinking, and I flip the mouse and it comes to life. So I just moved the USB plug to the front so it'll be easier to unhook and reconnect. I'd say, you know, mapping it is... Oh, back up. Figuring out the button mappings you want to do are probably one of the hardest parts. Hey, GoldenEye, what's up? Medical bills are the great mystery. Sometimes I think they are deliberately obtuse. I think before you guys joined the stream, I was asking about Chellington Valley, what everyone thought of that map, saying that it wasn't apparently received so well by the Oxygen David Faithful over at his Discord. Hey, Lancy Boy Tester, what's up? I don't have any thoughts on the new John Deere hay bine. I'm not looking at it. No desire of downloading it. I have no idea why it wasn't received well, David. I think maybe folks were maybe expecting more than they were reasonably going to get. I don't know. I mean, I think the screenshot, I mean, when map makers post screenshots, people need to understand the screenshots are staged. They are showing off one specific angle, one specific view for a very specific reason. And, I mean, I think there was, I mean, that was the map that was supposed to have the, the new sky. And I think maybe people were disenfranchised with, is that the right word? With the lack of the Farm Sim 17 sky. And it's always been my thought process that the some of the screenshots that he was posting on Facebook were doctored up with a artificial sky. I personally didn't really notice anything unique about the sky myself. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know, maybe just folks were thinking they were going to get something other than what they got. I don't know. I mean, personally, I think there's way too many sell points. I don't understand why there are 20 plus sell points. There's 4 grain sell points at a building. There are basically 4 different loading docks. Why do the 4 different loading docks give you 4 different prices for all the grain? If you want to have 4 loading docks, have it so that the different crops go to different docks. So it just seemed like there was a whole lot of prices or selling points. The farmhouse is amazing, but as a commenter on the channel put, the farmhouse doesn't fit. I don't know. I've never been to the UK. I don't know what UK houses look like, but I thought the house was amazing. But after reading his comment, I thought to myself, do I think it's amazing because it looks like an American house by someone that would have, I mean, there was wildlife pictures, the beams. It feels an awful lot like a Midwestern, pretty highfalutin house. All right, catch you later, Lancy Boy Tester. You know, I was completely fine with the lack of a sleep trigger. I've gone on before about baked-in sleep triggers, so can't really complain about not having a sleep trigger. Never going to be a fan. At least I don't think I'm going to ever be a fan of the Maze Plus stuff being baked in. Not having a true option of not playing at all with it. And I've likened it in a conversation on a different Discord the other day to imagine if a map came out that you basically had to play with seasons. It was basically a seasons enabled map. That was the only way to play it, was to play it functionally with seasons. Now, for those of us that use seasons, we don't necessarily have a problem with that, obviously, but for the casual player, that puts a pretty big barrier to entry on the map. To have to figure out seasons just to enjoy it. And like the Ergen Gestapo, whatever, that map that came out right before Christmas that had Maze Plus baked in. Then, right before Christmas, it came out on console with all of that stuff was stripped out for console. So it was basically a vanilla Farm Sim 19 map. Amazing. An amazing vanilla Farm Sim 19 map. The standard crops, none of the funky food stuff. And it was like, that's the map version I would love to play. But I don't get that option because I'm on PC. PC's the master race, so we get to play with all the hard junk. Maybe no. The Raz posted, and I forgot to put in the video. Kicking myself after I realized it, but you know, adding seasons, the map definitely has some custom environmental attributes if you play with seasons, because there is there's a rainbow that shows up in the morning. I don't know if it's every morning, if it's just select mornings, depending on, you know, if it was a wet evening or whatever. But there's this great rainbow that shows up in the sky. In fact, let me look for it. I probably got it here. Never got rid of it. Just so long in getting the video edited. So there's the rainbow. And then just below me is the farmhouse. Here is, I think, some of the start farm over here. But yeah, there's this rainbow that comes up in the morning. I was going to include that, but completely forgot about it. Hey, Jay-Bray, what's up? Hey, Anthony. I think I said hey earlier, but you may not have been around. So how are you liking the reimaginated Emerald Coast there, Raz? Watched your video earlier today, the field work time lapse. Now, did you sell the horse barn? I noticed it was empty. That area was empty. Yeah, David, this was the map that I was looking forward to when I saw it was in testing. Hey, Jay Wiggums, what is up? Oh, welcome to the channel, Ahmed. Oh no, this is a side panel joystick. I just didn't push it over very far. I figure people would prefer that over the trackball. You know, when I gotta move my finger. My thumb only rotates to the, to the end of the ball, and then I gotta pick it up and move it around. I've been getting back into SnowRunner. I'm just waiting for them to update it so I can launch Season 3 on the public test build. Oh, indeed, you can do some nice, whoa, panning. And I got it set up to twist. We'll zoom in and out. Darren, what is up? Yeah, I mean, it's basically like a 26 button box with a joystick that has 2 modes that you toggle. What are you trying to mod, Jacer? Are you talking about the foot plate anchors, Raz? For the wall? No, when it comes time to bale, I've got a new rake. I got that lizard rake that allows you to pull the baler behind it. Ah, swapping out for aluminum pole. Yeah, the foot plate. At least that's how I've always heard it described. The bottom plate, foot plate. What did y'all think about that 16x map that dropped into Mod Hub? I don't think I've streamed it since that came out. There was some interest in maybe doing a how-to video on the importing the fields. What do y'all think? Zoom out a little bit, make it a little quieter. Oh, I know, it's giant. My first indication that something was big about it was when I was doing my precursor look around the map. I was trying to do a little flying around, and darn, it was taking me forever to get anywhere. And then I noticed the mini-map coordinates. Apparently importing the maps or the fields do add contracts. I mean, they're going to pay out massive. And you're going to probably have like a $3 million harvest contract on an 800-acre field. Yeah, I mean, that's one reason why I'm kind of on the fence about doing it. I think it's such a specialty audience I don't even know if it'd be a great multiplayer map. I mean, you're gonna need like 8 to 10 people on there, and it's still gonna take you the better part of a day to harvest a single field, right? Alright, so once we get this done mowing, done, fast forward to tomorrow, see what it's going to take to get our hay dry. Yeah, the folks that leave the game running at night, wake up in the morning to find your field planted. Starting this map. I mean, given that it's a 4x map, the land sizes can be deceiving. I mean, you look at this land here, and you think, man, that's not all that big. But it took me about an hour to mow this. Now we're working this section. I saw Softnoska's add-on. I thought about that being a new and noteworthy, but changed my mind. There was a very interesting add-on, the addition of the train functionality at the sell points. Unloading your grain or your crop into the train, and then sending the train off and having the train leave off. The addition of the train signals that we've seen on TCS 101's maps. The addition of the movable fill planes and lots of other stuff. I've heard some rumblings about that map, Jamberry. Folks have mentioned it in comments before. What I understand, it's about ready for release. So it's one of those things that, you know, when it's out, I'll take a look at it, but I don't want to get too involved with it pre-release. GTX, what's up? We're just talking about your add-on pack. Pretty interesting concept. Well, I'm sure they're different in being Russian or Slavic in nature, but yeah, I was just referencing it. In a context that some of us were familiar with. Oh, okay, completely new scriptage. Yeah, Raz, you got the wrench. You can drop whatever link you want. Power of the wrench. So, do they mention, are they planning on putting it on the Mod Hub? Or are they just going to release it on that site? What did y'all think about that that attacher that I did in the recent new and noteworthy video? Bird attacher. You know, today we had another little Massey Ferguson tractor. A little yellow one, I think a MF20. An interesting gooseneck trailed trailer attachment. Really interesting there. Now, I was talking about the attacher, the mountable attacher. Basically allows you to put an attacher on anything. Where is this 3-point that you can attach a spreader to. I mean, this should give us plenty of hay bales. Almost done. It's that little section right there. Compared to what we've already gotten accomplished. Ah, well, see, last week it was spring. Now we've got summertime, we got clear, sunny skies. Well, I decided I was going to go all in. Look at our forecast. We got good sunny skies all day today, all day tomorrow. Decent wind. Drying conditions for the day. Drying conditions for tomorrow is a little less wind. Just hoping that solar radiation does its thing. Yeah, I know if we were talking Maize Plus, I'd have to be needing to pull a tedder behind this mower. Although they have mowers with conditioners. So I think with a conditioner, it's like the equivalent of 1 or 2 headings. Oh, I didn't know either, Jacer. Back when I grew up and we did hay, we had what we called a kicker. So we called it. It kind of serves the purpose of a tedder, but it wouldn't spread the hay out, or it wouldn't spread the grass out horizontally. It would just flip it up. And there were times that it would rotate behind you, but all it would do would be fluff it up. It'd be the equivalent of like going in and using your foot and just kicking the hay, drying hay up off the ground a little bit. Or as the British call it, the floor. And we had a bar rake. We had 2 bar rakes, 2 New Holland bar rakes, and a I have no idea what even model that kicker was. I mean, it was so old. I mean, it didn't have paint on it. Whatever paint was on it is long gone. And all I would do is just fluff it up a little bit. Then we let it dry some. We come through with a rake and roll it over. And we would drive through the windrow at a specific speed. So in essence, all we really were doing was rolling it over. So we were flipping it basically. What side was exposed to the sun. It would curl it up into a nice roll, but really the goal was to expose what was laying on the ground to the sun, as opposed to really gathering multiple mower rows into a single row. But you know, when it's 98 degrees out and there isn't a cloud in the sky, it really doesn't take long for things to dry. So what maps are folks playing today? Had kind of an interesting map get released today. Pretty big fields, but fairly straightforward. Oh, clearing out some trees. Hope you don't run into Lewis's buddies. How is South Mountain Creamery coming along? I've been hoping for a map that entices for a multiplayer. Then again, I think about kind of the time investment of that. I mean, today is the first time this week that I've had a chance to actually play Farm Sim. Now, I've had Farm Sim up, obviously, other times this week, but it's all been producing map videos, producing the new and noteworthies. So thinking, you know, if I had the server project running, that would be like 4 or 5 days going by without being able to get on. All right, later, Alfredo Farms. Thanks for coming by. I wanted to get all this cut before game day noon, which is good. Maybe this will give us a reasonable chance of having it dry by noon tomorrow. Hey, Chief, what's up? Yeah, I've been wanting to spend the weekends doing Red Dead Redemption 2. We'll be haying a little bit. For sure. Uh-oh, turn that off. Wrong button. Oh, what map are you setting it up for? Ah, Red Dirt County country. Yeah, see, I mowed most of this before the stream started. This, of course, is the starting farm on a New Farmer. There'll be a silo placed here on this dirt pad. We're going to go in the front way to get some fuel. Ah, Witcher 3. The game by CD Projekt Red that doesn't actually suck, right? When I speed up time like this, I think about that movie and book Time Machine. So lights come on. We can sleep. And it's morning. All right, let's tend to our critters. Check. Drying conditions met. We got hay, folks. Go over here and see. But there is genuine hay. 9 a.m. Just what I wanted. Why do I need a John Deere? I got something that works. Like this truck. This truck works perfect. Why would I go out and get a Ford? Don't need any extra work. Alright, let's see how our animals are doing. We need to get some wheat for our chickens. Sheep are doing great. Feeding them up now. These guys need some food, and the Piggly Wigglies are good to go. Oh no. I don't know, really like the sound of this engine. Shifting. Just wish it would, well, cut off filling when it was full. you don't manually cut it off, it just keeps overfilling. But I did get that rake. The lizard rake. No, I didn't flaming boot. Or flamingo boot. Never really bothered. I mean, it took clean animals out. And I would see straw show up periodically, but not any real consistency. So I'm not really worried about it. It's more annoying than anything else, but I don't know, I had someone else confirm that they had the same issue with this mixer. Where it doesn't cut off. So if you're not paying attention, you can just completely overfill that and completely empty my mixer. What's up, Scooter's Workbench? Welcome to the stream. I figured if we had a really smart modder, maybe they would know what was causing that. The mixing wagon will not stop filling at 100%. It won't tell the fill trigger to stop. So if I pull up under this and I hit R to fill, okay, keep an eye on the 100% down there. If I don't touch it, it'll hit 100%, but it will keep filling. Like right now it's 100%, but I'm still burning through product until I manually cut it off. So somebody else said they had the exact same problem with this mod pack. So I'm going to get just under 1,000. Oops. Put a little bit back. I'll have to clean that up later. While we're over here, we'll get some fuel for this. Yeah, I could put the fill limiter in and set that. Oh, I love the shutdown on that one. Sound of everything just rattling. Alrighty, it's time to try this rake out and baler. Oh, the hayride was pretty cool. Thought that was interesting. Almost had it right. All right, let's go see how this thing works. Oh, what's the cow feed situation? There we go. This is working. Didn't know how many passes we were going to be able to pick up with this. Like we can grab 2 comfortably. Flaming. I think that's just Maize Plus. Maize Plus makes it so you have to feed all food types. So that means you have to do mixed rations and a silage of some sort, even though silage is already in the mixed rations. A hay of some sort, even though it's already in the mixed rations. Welcome back, GoldenEye. Oh, it does? Alright, so this doesn't do the greatest on turns, but hey, what we kind of fairly thought. Alright, so let's see here. If we turn this on, hit auto. That locker in place. I'll have to come by later and clean up without this rake. This thing, see the setup. Oh, the hoses don't attach. Maybe for the new game, but Farm Sim 19 is 19. You're gonna have a bail limit for all flavors of console. The 5 has 16 gigs shared. Yeah, so effectively it probably has 14-ish. But it's still substantially more than the current gens have. I mean, part of the various limits are not just memory related, but they're just performance related too. Needing to render out all of those polys, because if we go into wireframe mode here, I mean, you see all the polys that are in a bale. But the more polys that need to be rendered. GTX told me one time how many polys were in a bale compared to the bale stack bales. I don't know if it was something like 200 polygons for a standard bale. I don't know. I mean, that's what I think I remember. I mean, I'm sure one of these other modes. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I'm sure one of these other modes will tell us. But I don't know what to look for. You know, the thing is, will consoles be able to do 4x maps? Will there be a slot count? If there is a slot count, will it be increased? You know, slot count isn't dynamically configured because it's the same apparently on PS5 and PS4, and PS5 has substantially more memory. So, you know, those limits are baked into the console release. This rake baler, it's working pretty good. I mean, the key is you got to make big, long turns. Well, that is true, Chief. If the next farm sim is also available, well, I mean, they could probably compile a PS4, Xbox One version, and a PS5 Series X version. But you have the Series S, which has less memory than the Series X. So you have to engineer for the least configured console, which would be the Series S. And if I am understanding correctly, folks have told me that the Xbox and PS5 or PS4, basically the Sony and Microsoft slot counts are the same. So if that's the case, then yeah, your Sony experience may be limited because of the Series S capability. Oh, thanks, Kevin. Hope you enjoy the stream. I mean, Sony has never been known for backward compatibility. Microsoft maintains backward compatibility for lots of games, all the way back to the original Xbox. Whereas Sony, for historically, has had no backward compatibility with previous gen games. So in that regard, Sony is kind of like Apple. With a sort of forced obsolescence policy. I forgot to reset the bail counter. I don't have a bail counter. Where'd it go? Hey, rocking the base, what's up? Ah, yes, but was the PS2 compatible with PS1? Or the original PlayStation? You say the first edition of PS3. You're saying they then modified it so it wasn't? to make collecting this a little bit easier. There's GTX. Do you remember how many polys are in a standard bale? Well, you don't. You get a new console to play the new games. But you don't want to throw, I mean, if it won't play the old stuff, then like throwing away what you've already invested in. All right. Didn't take long. How many bales we got off of that section? 65. There you go, 1,800 polygons or triangles. Polygons, triangles. Are they ambiguous? So rounds are easier on the system. Oh no, why is there an offset set? Is it 3 triangles for a poly? Oh, so a triangle is a poly, but a poly isn't always a triangle. So each square bale is 1,800 triangles. So 1,800 times 200. there's a lot of shapes being rendered on top of your trees, your foliage, your buildings, your other vehicles and implements. Well, Mr. Dio, it's the games that make the money. The consoles are sold usually at a loss, or very near a loss. And nowadays, it's the subscription services. You know, the Sony Play or whatever they call it that you have to have in order to get online. Hey, Sirstus, what's up? And then the games are so much more. It's the Sony and Microsoft tax because, of course, they take a cut off the top. But same thing with Steam, same thing with Epic. They take a cut off the top. Raz, we need ambiguous high-speed internet. Wait, does this not have collisions? Holy cow! Rake is collision free. Free up some more ground so we can turn around. But yeah, it's possible that more and more games will have a sort of cloud option where you stream the game from a cloud gaming provider. And at that point, your local device is doing very little rendering. Simply displaying the frames being sent by the cloud providers. We're going to use the bale stack, the Anderson trailer. It's about as auto load as I go. Supposedly they both have sold record number of cards. It's just demand has been exponential. From what I understand, online component sales have been at Black Friday, Christmas levels since March of last year. And people have been buying desktops, laptops, computer components in general on such a larger scale across the board. I mean, you are really hard pressed to find a laptop in stock anywhere. So whereas the store might have had in the past 5 or 6 different models lined up, they might only have 1 or 2 now because of just availability. So when you combine actually a product worth buying in the 3000, the 6000 series, 5000 series AMD chips with unprecedented just consumer demand, you're going to be basically faced with shortages no matter what. And if you had 10 million units of a given product in the United States, it would probably be gone in a day. But a year ago, those 10 million units you might have sat on for close to a year. It really does. Oh, well, there's a collision there. I was like, it kind of disappoints me this rake doesn't have collisions. Well, add to that the rise of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at an all-time high. So when you have the prospect of earning $20,000+ per calculated Bitcoin, I have no idea how long it would take to calculate out $20,000 worth of a single Bitcoin, but crypto mining is a thing. Cryptocurrency is very much a thing. And when you can make hundreds or thousands of dollars just by having your machine on crunching numbers, Do they drive the whole map before you get your money? I mean, $100 a month to figure up the energy cost that it would take. You figure up, you run it for a year. Okay, so you clear $100 a month. So in a year, you can buy yourself a replacement system. Right? Paid for itself. Oh, for sure. You know, they put out some heat. I think what I'll do is I'll finish baling. We're going to finish baling this and see the total number of bales we got. And I will strive to get these bales collected before Saturday or Sunday night. Sunday night we'll be streaming again. I mean, you know, it's hard to not think about crunching some numbers, right? You think this system sits idle most of the day? Sits idle all night long. Be crunching numbers and earning its keep. Are you going to place some of your own pretty trees? Hey, Thor, what's up? my own bale pusher. There we go. A pool. Fancy farmer. All them pretty bales way over there. Man, I wish I had that view distance back on No Man's Land, right? Where we could see bales for miles. See where we at. 129 bales. 130 bales created. We should be good. Should be good on hay for a while. Next cut will focus on silage. I have not seen any sort of statement of commentary around the revenue around this screen here. Around the economic analyses. Total earnings. No. Yeah, I thought I'd give it a try today. It's definitely saving time on baling. Less passes up and down the field. Yeah, no idea how it calculates because it just doesn't seem to be making any sense. You know, we can go straight from harvest to sell point, and the money that you get is so different than the money that is on that screen. You know, I've had harvests where it says I'm gonna earn $10,000, but then I sell the crop for 40 or 70. It's like, what? this cleaned up. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing that we can't, like on these grass fields, these are not, they're not plowable. And since they're not plowable, we can't take soil samples. So it's kind of disappointing we can't do soil samples on any ground that we own. It has to be a defined field. I could create a field, but I would have to plow up this map grass, spend time plowing it up, and then seed it, and then I wouldn't get any grass until late August. Basically losing an entire year of grass work. All right, later, Raz. Check you later. And I really don't want to be making fields on this 4X map. That's all I'd be doing for days on end is plowing. It should work on created fields. There we go. Oh, I didn't see him say adios. Naz, it depends. If a map does not have a custom soil map, it uses the generic soil map that is built into the mod. So it is not random. It depends. This map did not have its own soil map, so it's using the generic. The map, what was it? Chellington Valley. It does have its own soil map, so it's using the soil map of the map author. Alright guys, so that's going to do us for the night. I'll go around and collect these bales up. Put them away. And when we come back, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to harvest something. Maybe not. No, it's not the right color. And we're not going to be able to harvest until late summer at the earliest. So we'll have to see what we're going to do. On Sunday, when we come back to this map. Now, I've been thinking, and I was going to last week, but then I just wasn't motivated. And you know what? Motivation is 100% of what happens around here. I just wasn't motivated last Friday to do it, but I was thinking last year, at the end of the year, that I would do free game Friday streaming, where I would stream the epic free game of the week. So let me know. What do you think? Should I stream the epic free game of the week tomorrow? It is Star Wars Battlefront. I think. Some type of edition of Battlefront. I have absolutely no idea how to play it. I have no idea what the gameplay looks like. What do y'all think? Should we give it a shot? See what type of craziness we have? Waiting on the chat to catch up. Oh, is that what it is? Well, I might not do that then, because FPS, first-person shooters and a trackball ain't going to be so hot. I mean, that's why I don't stream Red Dead, because I'm playing that on the other system where I have an actual real mouse. That other system is only an i7 7700K, so it only has 4 cores. Didn't really have enough juice to stream, in my opinion. All right, so until next time, guys. Happy farming.